Hey y'all, I know I'm looking real crazy, but halfway through my makeup, I decided to start recording how I do my makeup. So around my mouth looks right crazy because I just put some color correction, and this is Max Peach Luster and on some of my dark spots and stuff like that. So today's just going to be a talk, just a little chit chat. So I'm in the United States, and there's this whole controversy of the Ariel situation. And this is going to be my last time talking about this because I've talked about it on Facebook. I've wrote a post about it. And when I talked about it on Facebook, I did delete it because I was like, it's not necessary. But there's a post that's going around with like other Disney characters. I'm putting some underneath my eye too. Other Disney characters, and I primed, sorry. So I primed with the Purr 4-in-1 Correcting Primer. Love this stuff. Feels amazing on my skin, smells amazing, makes my makeup last. And I already did my eyebrows off camera because I can never do my eyebrows on camera. And if you see me looking over here, it's because my mirror's right here, and there's also a mirror in my hand. So, but there's like a post going around on Facebook and everywhere about like other Disney characters, and like Rapunzel. If we put Rapunzel, we take Rapunzel's hair off, and Ratatouille if we make it a dog, and Mulan if we make it a big black man, and all this stuff. And one of my Facebook friends posted, like, I seen it go around, but you know, it hits different when it's people that you actually know that believe these things and are posting it and just think it's so funny, when actually it's not. Like, I'm not gonna say that people who post those things are racist, because they probably just don't know how, like, not even wrong it is, but how disrespectful and how hurtful that post is, because the intentions from that post is nothing good. And someone commented underneath it, another one of my Facebook friends commented underneath it and said, well, if red hair is just the only quality, she's not a ginger. Ariel's not a girl who's a ginger, or considered a ginger, which is pale skin and orangey red hair. Her hair is like bright fire blood red. And that's the difference. Like, she's a mermaid. Like, that's the only thing that changes. Whereas Rapunzel, her story is about her hair. Tiana from Princess and the Frog, her story is based off of a real person. Mulan was Asian. Ratatouille was about a rat. This is exactly what she's saying. And people who it doesn't affect directly, they don't understand that your outrage is over the color of this young girl's skin. That's the problem. Because my question would be, if you are so uproar and saying she does not look like Ariel, who, I know my brush looks so dirty, but who would you put in her place instead? Like, who do you see in that role instead? Sorry, I had to get my makeup sponges. These are ones from Dollar Tree. In my opinion, they are the best and softest makeup sponges. Beauty Secrets, best kept secret that's at Dollar Tree. I love them. I don't use a beauty blender. I just don't. I don't have a reason why I don't. Now I'm gonna set underneath. I'm gonna set underneath with the Fit Me Loose Setting Powder in Deep 35. I've set everything underneath. I got this from Jackiana many years ago, but she kind of put it back up on her page. But I literally just set everything. I set underneath my eyes. I set my mouth area, because today's going to be a long day for me. I may record some of it, may not. Today is going to be a long day for me. But I'm setting these areas. But like I was saying, like, who would you suggest? Now, if you suggest someone who is ginger, who is a natural ginger, right? Who has naturally red hair, what skin tone are they going to be? Because there are people of other ethnicities who naturally have red hair. What ethnicity she's going to be? Other people posted like, oh, it should be Ariana Grande and all these other people. And I'm like, so y'all really are upset that this little black girl, no, let me say black woman, young lady, has landed the role of a white character. When there are many instances of someone of another race landing roles of someone who is historically of African descent. So this little selective outrage is crazy to me. It's essentially so crazy that it's over a fictitious character. Like, let's get our lives. Like, it's a fictitious character. And if you choose someone and the thing is, the girl fits the role so well. Like, her voice fits the role so well. Her presence fits the voice so well. What Ariel stood for it just fits so well. And people just can't get over her skin color. I personally don't like to talk about race. I don't like to say people are racist. I just think people are ignorant. A lot of people are ignorant. And I posted that. Now I'm using Born This Way foundation in the color Chestnut. This is not my summer color. This is more of my winter color, but I don't put too much on. I just put a few dots in places that I need the extra coverage, like around my mouth, the lower half of my face, and like any spots that are like on the top part of my head. So that's how I do my makeup. But what was I saying? But yeah, so if the person that you decide to choose, I don't want to even say is of European descent just because they're white, it's sad. Like, it's really sad. And then there's another post of Black Panther about like saying how Black Panther 2 is going to be this white man. People talk about something, it's not about color, it's not about race, but yet you went to a totally, like, you went and looked for a black man, like, I'm a white man. Like, you could have chose an Asian, you could have chose a Hispanic person, but you went and chose a white man, which made it turn into race. That made it turn into race. Like, it's crazy because there's other characters, I like to bring Cinderella, because in my opinion, Brandy was the best Cinderella ever. Brandy was the best Cinderella in the 90s ever. And that movie, I don't think a lot of people know how much strides that movie made. That movie has such a diverse cast when there was nothing else like it. Like, people like to think Jim Crow was so long ago. At that time, Jim Crow was just like, what, 30 years before that? And people were still feeling the after effects. I'm putting a little bit more around my mouth. People were still feeling the after effects of Jim Crow era. And there were still people being lynched and people still being killed because of the color of their skin and them being successful and all that stuff. So it wasn't like it was so much far ago. It's still not that far from now. It's not something that's so unheard of and so much back into the history that there's not people alive who feel it. There's people in their 50s that are alive from that era. So Cinderella was so ahead of its time because just think of the cast. Like, Prince Charming was Asian, but Prince Charming, it showed a biracial couple. Think about it. The queen was a black woman. The king was a white man. Their son was an Asian man. The evil stepmother was a white woman, right? Who had red hair. Then one of the stepsisters was a black girl. And the other one was another white girl with red hair. Cinderella was black. If you don't see how diverse that my skin looks so good, how diverse that cast was, not baby. So if you look at my skin, it may look a little bit washed out. Over time it does get darker, so it warms up, so don't worry about that. But that film was so ahead of its time. Like, that's such a diverse cast. Like, and I'm pretty sure back then they had people who would say, oh, Cinderella's supposed to be white with blonde hair and she can't be it. But we were kids. My generation were kids. Some of my generation wasn't even born yet. So we didn't feel that. And a lot of people say, oh, that's what's wrong with our generation and blah, blah, blah. I'm pretty sure, one, there's nothing new underneath the sun. So I'm using Fawn by LA Girl underneath my eyes. But there's nothing new underneath the sun. And I'm pretty sure that's the same thing they were saying about the Cinderella situation. And instead of them having the internet, they had to probably like petition and write letters and send it to Disney. I'm pretty sure people weren't very happy that Cinderella was going to be black. People weren't very happy that the queen was going to be black. People weren't very happy that Prince Charming was going to be Asian. Like, I'm pretty sure there were people who weren't happy about that. But yet and still, Disney decided that there needs to be a change, some type of diversity for all groups. And we're going to just do it anyways. And that film was such a success. Such a success. So it's not like it's something new where a character has not been played by someone who doesn't very much represent them. And there's a lot of little girls out here who don't look like a lot of these Disney princesses that wish they could play those Disney princesses. Kids don't think about race. Race is something that is taught. It is not something you are born knowing about. Like, you know how to breathe. Like, you know how to breathe. Like, you know how to swallow. Race is taught. To eat is taught. Like, we have the inclination that we need to do it, but it's not something we think about it on a daily. Like, it's crazy. It's so super duper crazy to me. But on a better note, I am putting out more videos. I believe this is the best way that I can get my content out. So yeah, that's it. Like, it's so sad. And it's really true that it hits different when it's home. Like, it hits so much different when it's home. And it's true, being a conscious black person in America means that you're outraged all the time. You are outraged all the time. And I don't like to talk about these things because I would be mad 24/7. And I prefer not to be mad all the time. Now, you see how this is a little bit lighter than I would like. To combat that, I use a darker powder. I use a little bit darker powder. So I'm gonna use the powder that I use to set my whole face underneath, mixed in with my Sasha Buttercup powder, because I don't want to be too light. I want it to be very neutral, natural face. So I'm just gonna dip my sponge into both of them. And just use it like that. And right now it looks like a lot. Yes, I know. But it tones down. For today's eye look, I'm not doing anything too fancy schmancy. Nothing too fancy schmancy. I'm just gonna put on some lashes, which are some lashes from the beauty supply store. Don't even know. I just love them because they look so natural. With some lashes, and you'll see. And I let this sit for a while to warm up and not look so cakey. And you see how right now my face looks lighter than my chest. So as the day goes by, my face is going to warm up. And then 2, I'll show you some tricks on what I do to get my face to match my chest and my body. Because if I were to go in directly with something that matches my chest, my face is going to, after it oxidizes, which means it gets warmer, it's going to look too dark for my chest. So, and then 2, the lighting that I have is not the best, but we're working on it. So I'm going to go ahead and put on my lashes. It's just a very simple pair of lashes and using my duo glue. Put on my lashes now. And then I'll go in and contour my face and stuff like that. And that's what warms up my face. Because right now my face looks like a blank canvas. Kind of, sort of. And I know I'm looking a little bit crazy. But just trust me. It's going to work. It works out. But yeah, I haven't been on here doing my makeup in a very long time. And it's really because I haven't been very motivated to do it. A lot of things have been happening where a lot of changes is happening. If you watch my other videos, you know I'm a hairstylist and there were some changes of which salon. Back to, sorry, real quick. Putting on my lashes, I look down. So for people who ask me how I put on my lashes, I usually have a mirror looking underneath, like by my chin, and I look down to put them on. And I usually, like, if I'm doing a whole eye look, I'll do my eye look and then put on my lashes so I'm able to stretch my eye. But since I am not doing that, I have to do it this way. And the way I attach them is I kind of connect it in the middle first and then connect the ends. And it doesn't matter, like, see? Connect the middle and then connect the ends. And I can wear these lashes with my glasses. So I'm about to do the other one. And then I'll give y'all a mini update of my life. But I can't do both at the same time. But clearly I can't talk and do this at the same time. And then another funny part is I have so many videos in my phone that I have recorded and just have not posted. It's just not, I just have to get out there and do it. But people are so mean, like, and being someone who's on social media, like, had to grow thick skin. You have to grow thick skin. And some of my posts, like, I don't even have the comments on because I'm like, people are so mean. You all don't know what people are going through in life and just are so nasty to each other. It's crazy. And then I take a little mascara and kind of blend my lashes with it. I don't go all the way to the end of the lash. I just blend a little bit. But yeah, so there's been a few changes that's been happening. One, I'm at a different salon now. Change the salon I'm at. I'm working other jobs because it is a little bit slower than I expected. But yeah, I haven't been in the best headspace. And a lot of people, like my family, they'll probably watch this and be like, dang, Delissa, I didn't know you were going through all this. But I haven't been in the best headspace to be putting out content and actually, you know, being out there. And I just decided that this is, you know, this is my page. This is my channel. And I'm going to do things the way I want to. And yes, I did cut off all my hair. Every time I go through like I don't know, it's like every time something changes or I feel like there's going to be a major change in life, I kind of do something different with my hair. And, you know, mental health is very important. And a lot of people don't know that there's a lot of people who struggle with mental health issues, and everybody's struggle is different. A lot of people don't know that I actually, you know, I don't want to say I struggle with it, but it's something that does weigh on my heart. And I'm learning what my triggers are. I'm trying to stay away from them. And I realized that I have been a little bit not myself. I'm not gonna cry, but I haven't been much of myself, and it's been for a while now. Like, I would just stay in my room. I wouldn't do my makeup, wouldn't really do my hair. And people who know me know that I love to do makeup. I love cosmetics. And I haven't done it. There was a whole month and a half where I had not picked up a brush. And I just didn't feel beautiful. I didn't feel like Delissa. I didn't feel like me. So I just stayed away from everything that was me. And I've been realizing that I need to get back into doing what I love. So I just set my face. I know I'm all over the place, but I just set my face with the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Dark Deep. I love this stuff. It gives you a little bit of a glow. And now I'm about to bronze my face up with the BH Cosmetics Studio Pro Contour Palette. And I think it's just one color, but I'm gonna use like the red color, this one and this one together, to just bronze my face up, bring a little bit of color to my face. And just right in my cheekbone area, I'm using more of the redder color around my forehead because I do have a natural contour there. And but I don't want anything that's too dark, too extra, because I'm going to a day party today. I'm actually going out. But yeah, I've had some mental health situations going on and some thoughts that aren't too kosher. I haven't told anybody about them, but I probably told my best friend about one of them, one thought. And you know, you can't expect people to, you know, respond the way you want them to respond. Like, so I'm just gonna be very transparent with you. With me, my weight has always been an issue. I'm Jamaican, and Jamaican people love to talk about your weight. Like, island people love to talk about some weight, love to talk about people putting in period. So being in that kind of family, you have to be a little bit more thick-skinned. And me and my sisters are all thicker women. We're all thicker women. And as we grew up, weight was always an issue. Weight, I cannot think of a time that I never thought about my weight. That I never was thinking about, oh, maybe I shouldn't eat that. Or maybe I ate too much. Or I can't fit into those pants. Or I can't wear those clothes like those other kids. I cannot think of a time when I never thought about it. I even remember when I was really young and kids would pick on me. I was in elementary school and kids would pick on me, like first grade, pick on me going to church, pick on me going to school. And I ended up having to be very mean. Like, people who knew me in middle school, they knew me as somebody who was mean, somebody who was always like cussing people out. That's what they knew me as. My friends, you know, if they wanted somebody to cuss somebody out for them, they called me. And I turned into somebody extremely mean because that was like my defense mechanism from people picking on me and me being bullied and, you know, being called fat. And kids are very mean. Kids are very mean. So I'm using this as my highlight. This is Gold Deposit. It's one of my favorites. But kids are very, very mean. And I used being, I'm putting a little on my eyelid too. But kids would pick on me, and I can't remember a time when it wasn't because of my weight. Now, I knew some people picked on me because I was pretty, but I never knew that I was pretty until, I didn't believe I was pretty until I took this one picture, and I might insert it in middle school. And I was like, dang, Delissa, you're really pretty. And after that, I never thought I was pretty after that. Until I was my senior year in high school, and I had lost a lot of weight, like, to the point where my band director, because I was in band, thought I was losing weight because of, I was upset over some boy or something like that. And I lost a lot of weight. And at that time, I wish I knew how amazing I looked. And I have pictures of that too. But I wish I knew how amazing I looked. But I just always thought I was fat. Like, oh, so weight has always been a problem for me, or something that's always been weighing on me. And I had gotten my heaviest sometime last year, and I'm kind of closer to my heavy weight. And I've been trying to lose weight, but every time I keep going on the scale, stupid scale behind me. And every time I go on that scale, it's like I get depressed. So, or I get very sad and discouraged because one, either the scale's not moving or it's moving in the direction that I don't want it to move. So I just put on blush. This is the Black Radient Warm Berry blush, just to add a little color. And now I'm putting white eyeliner on my bottom lash line. But yeah, weight has always been a problem, like been an issue. And, you know, it's been something that I've always like felt very insecure about, very sad about. I remember when I was in high school, and this is how bad it was. I was in high school, and I would wear these big old jackets. And there's a lot of girls that can attest to this. Wear these big old jackets. I would wear a jacket to school every single day. And if I did not wear a jacket to school, I felt naked. I didn't feel pretty. Like, I wore a jacket every single day to hide what I looked like. And it would be a big old puffy jacket. And I live in Florida. And if you live in Florida, you know how hot it is in Florida. And I would still wear that big old puffy jacket every single day to school. I had a jacket on every single day. And if somebody took my jacket, I would get extremely upset. And I would cry. And I would just have a bad day. So that's how bad it was. Like, it was the point where I could catch a heat stroke with those jackets on. And I just didn't like the body I was in. And last year, I started loving my body. Like, but for some reason, I don't know what it is, but I'm trying to get back to that, where I just love the skin I'm in. And it starts with this. Like, I literally cut off all my hair. One of my reasons for it is people always ask, why did you cut off your hair? It's so beautiful, blah, blah. It's because I was hiding behind it. And for me, whenever there's something that I feel like I'm hiding behind and I'm not feeling myself, I get rid of it. And I'm a very all or nothing person. All or nothing. Either I'm going to do it all or I ain't going to do it at all. And that was something that happened. Like, I just cut my hair off. That's that. A lot of people don't know that about me. Because a lot of people either know me as very angry or very sociable. And not knowing, like, why I'm either way. And there's a lot of people out here who have so much hurt. But I just want to tell, like, younger girls that it gets better. Like, those same people who used to pick on you and, you know, call you ugly and stuff are going to be the same people who are going to be in your inbox trying to talk to you at your high school reunion and things like that. So it gets so much better. It gets so much better. I wish I had somebody in my life that would have told me that. But you know, at the time it was like, and I just used Espresso NYX Lipliner, and now I'm using the Lingerie liquid lipstick in Dusk to Dawn by NYX. I'm just putting that in the middle. But I wish I had somebody who would have told me. Now, I can't blame like my siblings, because inadvertently they were going through the same things. Like, I watched my sister go through different lifestyles and different diets, and I could see how comments from people will make her feel, and I felt the same. And it's so sad when people themselves are sad. It's raining outside, so y'all gonna hear that. It's so sad inside that they want to make other people feel sad. My sisters are beautiful. My sisters are beautiful women, period. Like, who got bad sisters? Delissa got bad sisters. But this is how my face is. I'm gonna spray my face down. And I sprayed it down with Mario Badescu's facial spray with aloe, herbs, and rose water. I use this because right now I don't have anything. Like, I haven't bought it. And this I don't even call it depression, but this not me feeling myself has gotten to the point where I have not bought makeup. Only thing I've probably bought was eyelashes and makeup sponges, but I haven't bought anything in over a year. It's probably going to 2 years. And the last time I bought any type of makeup. That's how, like, you know, even though it's like I'm saving money, but that's how not myself I am. But yeah, that's that. And this is my face, like, very neutral. And I spray my face until it's wet so it can dry down. But it's very neutral, you know. Very dewy, very skin-like finish. And just connect my eyelashes some more. Nothing too crazy. But yeah, this is my look. Thank you for spending the time with me. Yeah, so we're gonna get out of this light so you guys can actually see what I'm looking like. Let me, the glow. Once we get out of this light, you can kind of sort of see better. See? And as the day goes by, my face does start to match my chest. Gets a little bit warmer. But that's that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. More to come. Delissa is going to be all right, and things are going to get better. Bye, you guys.